Welcome back, WB Gamers. Today I want to take a little bit of time to go ahead and talk about your God Soul. So your God Soul stone is directly related to the Tyrant portal, and the event that's going, or it's the event that you do daily through the Tyrant portal, and it's going to be the way you acquire a lot of these items here for you. Now, as you continue to level up your character, you'll have more availability for slots to fill your ring, but the most important part to this is the proficiencies gained for your talents by go ahead and acquiring a God Soul core. Okay, now just like any other inventory, there's going to be all 5 levels, right? Green, blue, purple, epic and legendary. But I personally have not seen an epic or legendary drop, and they did finally allow crafting to be able to have the ability to grab those, but the resources to get them are ridiculously expensive, and at this point unobtainable for the amount of money it's really worth. But for the Tyrant portal kind of strategy for you, only do what you can kill. So what I mean is, if you struggle and you can't kill everything in easy, don't go to normal. You don't gather that many more points from the Tyrant portal or shards or whatever you want to, what are they called? Let's just see. Shard crystals or whatever they're called, to go ahead and be able to upgrade either your core and or your God Souls. Okay, so for me, first and foremost, when you're doing the event, make sure you're on the level that you're most comfortable killing everything or as much as you possibly can. The rule number 1. Rule number 2, if you have the resources, summon the golden bosses repetitively every level, because they will essentially not only give you better chests to get at least the rare God Souls, but what it also does is it pretty much doubles your shard through the event. So, normally you get 2,000, you're going to end up with 4,000 to 5,000 at the end if you are able to kill everything on normal, at least in my case, and grab those. I have seen cores, however, drop from normal bosses, but usually, or normal enemies, but usually they drop from the boss that's at the end of each wave. Okay, so try to focus your attention on that. And 3, on the bottom right corner where you're allowed to set your Elysians to help you out, spend the 100 rubies on the upgraded Elysian. Essentially what it does is it slows anything that passes or anything it hits down substantially. Okay, so when you get all the chance to do the damage around the map and a chance to kill all the normal monsters that are there, in the bottom right corner is the most available attacking space and time to slow it down the most that you possibly can, and at the same time give you enough time, or the most time you can, to kill all the other monsters so you can focus all your attacks on the boss. Okay, so usually I keep them all in the corners with the most exposure around, and then I fill them in here or there. I do stack more at the beginning because, again, I want to get all those normal monsters gone, so when my boss gets to the upgraded Elysian, it slows only him down, and I'm able to focus my attention on him through the later waves in the game. Okay, so that's the best way to capitalize the most shards to be able to upgrade, right? Recap, the rule number 1 for it, only do the level of difficulty that you can kill the most on. If you can't kill all on easy, don't go to normal. Rule 2, always use the resources to consecutively summon the golden bosses, because it will greatly increase your shards for the resources. 3, make sure you do spend the resources to go ahead and put that upgraded Elysian in the bottom right corner to give you the most exposure and time to go ahead and stack all your attention on that final boss, because that's what's going to drop your cores for you. And 4, put the rest of the Elysians on the corners and before that final bottom right corner, because you want to get rid of all the bosses, or excuse me, all the enemies before that final boss gets to that bottom right corner, so you can focus all your attack. Now, with that being said, let's hop back into the God Soul actual screen here for us and take a look at it. So, without breaking these down too much, you will find, greens, blues, purples in abundance in the actual event over time. Then you can use those to craft, but truthfully, the best ones that I found is save up your soul stones to be able to at least get single legendary attribute God soul stones, okay, or God souls. So the one I personally like the most, oh, and let me do that, let me hop back in here, is going to be the God soul of bravery. The equipment attack boosts way more BR than any other one of these souls that I've upgraded, okay? So there, if I go back in and just kind of show you the different types that there are, the God Soul of War increases your attack level. But as you get higher and higher, 1,000 attack really isn't that much, okay? It might be 1% of your overall attack rating at, kind of my threshold. When you God Soul Recovery, hit points, 22,000, okay. Let's just start with legendary, because that's probably a little bit more realistic. But regardless, 1,800, same thing, 1.2% of my overall attack. So it's not going to increase me that much. God's Soul of Immortality is your defense. Bravery increases your equipment attack. Huge. Once you get better equipment, that's going to be your biggest buff. Armor hit points. Now this is again goes with the God Soul of bravery. God Soul of Guardian, armor defense. So what is this one? Hit points, armor hit points. I'm sorry. This is the one that I would use. So I would use bravery and God Soul of Guardian. In fact, I would like to craft one because I don't have one yet. God Soul of Focus increases your hit bonus 10%. Might be bad, not too bad. Swiftness, dodge bonus, rampage, going to critical hit bonus. Resilience bonus for the balance, destruction, increased damage. Overall, 1,800 increased damage is not that much compared to pretty much the threshold that you're dealing at a higher level, and the reduced damage. So in an ideal world, I would have the God Soul of Protection. I would have the God Soul of Guardian, the God Soul of Bravery, without a doubt, God Soul of War. And more than likely I'd fill in the others just depending on what I was really going for. But the cool thing here is as you get more advanced, and way more advanced than I am, you can take those legendaries you've been crafting and then make them into double legendaries. So if I have 2 of these, I can go ahead and say I want immortality, longevity, right? So I can have the defense and armor hit points, right? War rampage, attack and critical bonus. War focus, attack and hit bonus. Bravery, attack plus equipment attack. This would be amazing. Unfortunately, I don't have 1,800 stones. Now I do have the actual stone or souls for it, but unfortunately that's a whole lot of soul stones. But I digress. Something cool that you can kind of, work towards. The other main thing here for us, okay, that is very important. Only, in my opinion, only spend your shards that you get to upgrade your core once you get one. If you don't have one, personally save for it, okay? Meaning, do the event to the best of your ability and don't spend them on any other soul until you get your core. Because this proficiency level right here is everything when it comes to your talents, okay? Yes, it also increases your skill damage and max proficiency, quite well. Your max proficiency is capped by the level, but ridiculously. And let me hop in here what the proficiency actually means to you, okay? So when you hop into your skills and go over to your talents section, you'll notice that most of these are grayed out, right? If you click on them, it says proficiency has reached 5,600. That's if I max out my core. Then these become unlocked, okay? Same thing here. And here they're a little bit, yep, this level is as well. So I unlocked this level at 40, it doesn't even say anymore because they're unlocked. It was like 4,200, something like that. I was able to go ahead and unlock some of these levels. But until you get that proficiency up, you're missing out on half your abilities or extra perks for your attacks. So, 8,600, 8,000. So you're going to need epic and legendary cores to be able to fully capitalize on your talents. And that's the most important part of the God Soul stones. So as far as the stones themselves, the things to keep in mind, and I'm going to go ahead and unequip this and equip this, and I am going to go ahead and dismantle this because I want those shards for it. And just out of curiosity, let's upgrade this. God Soul Guardian, upgrade, 15,000. Not bad. I just wanted to boost my defense a little bit. Okay. And by the way, if you level these up, don't worry about dismantling them. You'll get all the shards you put into them back when you dismantle them. So don't be afraid if you really want to upgrade your lower end God Soul Stones, because you'll get all your resources back. Okay. But with that being said, on the screen, number 1, save your shards for your core. At least get your core up to the point where you can use that threshold of levels. Continue to only use it towards your God Soul core in order to be able to increase your talents. This is the key. This is the whole point of the God Soul core. Okay, get that proficiency up. Worry about the rest. That's your end game. Worry about the rest later. Okay, continue to get more. Soul stones, and continue to craft higher end legendaries, and then, hopefully double legendaries, so on and so forth. So when you get this up there to have the talents be able to be craftable, or the proficiency so you can craft your talents, that, you'll have these already ready to go and start leveling them up like crazy. So just want to kind of go over it with you guys, and it shows you your total bonus here if you're kind of curious what everything does for you. One other thing, because I did worry about this when I first got it. If you go ahead and hit decompose all, you have the selection filter just like you do for your smelting. So don't feel like if you click that button, you're going to just have to get rid of it. Just get rid of them all for you. It'll give you the option, and I keep mine at fine and lower, and then that way you don't have to click on it, dismantle, click on it, dismantle, click on it, dismantle, and waste a whole lot of time, okay? So there's a little tidbit for you, but I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next episode.